Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a review of some new worker flywheels. So I'm sure most of you have seen the existing ABS worker flywheels, the white ones, which most of us have been using for a while. Very recently, Worker have come out with a black version, which is here. Very similar in design. There are some with like serrated edges, but these aren't the set that I've got for review. And then the newest are these second generation metal flywheels. Now, Lighttake have sent these to me for review based on my feedback on a previous set of artifact flywheels, which are these. Which I used at the start of the year at Battle of Britain, and they were absolute garbage. The thread focus here is what holds it onto the motor, and the problem I ran into was that these were coming loose, and then the flywheel was just flying off. During the event, which was a full weekend, I had to take the blaster apart and redo these 3 times. So absolute disaster. Here's my assistant. Excuse me, mate. So, Lighttake were looking for people to review these, so I volunteered. Now, I'm sorry about the cat. I'm going to do some FPS off the same plaster with all 4 sets of these. And I'm also going to do some noise testing with this device, which was lent to me by UK Nerf War. First things first, some of my friends, after they heard I was going to do this review, asked me to weigh the flywheels. Particularly in the past, as worker flywheels have been a bit off with weight between the two. So this set, which is obviously the original weight, these are coming in at 4.4 grams and 4.42, so pretty much the same. The new black ones, which I'm liking the look of, 5.9 and 5.8.8, so pretty much the same. These new metal ones, much heavier. 11.79, so 11.8 and 11.3, so they're a little bit off of each other. And up until now, I haven't weighed these artifact ones, so that would be the first step, he says. First one. 0.1. I mean, these are really light. And 0.1 again. I mean, these are pretty much identical. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut away and put them in my Strife running on a 3S in an artifact metal flywheel cage. Take some FPF recordings and some acoustic noises and get back to you all at the end. Okay, for testing I'm going to use this Zippy 3S LiPo. My lighting in isn't very good. So it's a 35C 1000 milliampere, and we are fully charged, and that is the voltage of all the cells. The Strife in question already has a set of worker flywheels in, the white ones, so I'm just going to take the readings off of these initially, just to save me keep taking them on and off, as they're the same as the other white ones there. Set, so I'm just going to pause quietly just so we can get an average background noise. Okay, and we'll spin them up and see what we get. Okay, so we get good 85 decibels there. Okay, so I'm going to crony the stock worker flywheels, as I'm going to call them. I have got 6 brand new elite darts in a brand new 12 mag. So I'll try and get the phone under here. And so I've put the new worker metal flywheels in. I honestly say they were the tightest flywheels I'd ever fitted. Luckily, because I got a metal cage, I could heat them up to really high temperatures with a paint stripper. But I honestly, I've never seen anything like it. It pushed the back out of the Rhino motor, which I had to put back in again. At this stage, I don't think those are ever coming off. That being said, let's do the audio. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet again for a minute to take a background. Okay, and I'm going to spin these up. Now, these particular motors, what I'm interested in is whether they're going to come loose. As I mentioned previously, on the artifact ones, let me grab them, these little grub screw things come loose and the flywheels fall off. Whereas these worker ones, and these are second gen worker ones, have the plastic in them. And as I mentioned earlier, they are incredibly tight, so I can't imagine they're ever coming loose. So I will do the FPS now. Okay, so these are the artifact flywheels. Now, just want to emphasise, I do not recommend these in the slightest. The grub screws come loose incredibly quickly, even with permanent thread lock put on them. And one of my friends stood in Erfinia. He had the worker equivalent, again with the grub screws, and he arrowdited these on, and they still wouldn't stay. Obviously, this is why they've been discontinued, and Worker have developed their own. And as you can see from earlier, they weren't coming off. They were solid. So I'm really just putting this in as a comparison. In my opinion, these are a lot quieter. They're obviously a lot lighter as well, which obviously builds up, but still useless. So again, I'm going to be quiet just so we can get a background noise rating. Okay, and then it's just going to spin her up. Okay, with some FPS. Well, those are utter garbage. And now the black set. So again, I will be quiet for a bit so we can get a background. So, in conclusion, the new working metal flywheels give a consistent 130. Didn't once drop below 130 FPS. But they are 5 decibels louder than the plastic ABS ones. Now, the results I got on the black flywheels were better than the white. Now, I don't know whether because I used an old set of white ones. I mean, they've not been there too long, but I mean, the results on these were fabulous. I mean, my recommendation would be, if you can put up with the extra noise, these are fabulous for such a little bit more money. Yes, they're a real pain to get in, and if you're using a plastic flywheel cage, you need to be extremely careful. If you want the slightly quieter, the black ones are the way to go. Both easily achieve an average of 130, but these just slightly went out. So I'll be putting these back in shortly and testing them out at a war. Links for all 3 sets of flywheels from Like Take will be in the description below.